Cornwall. Now, a rare coach that's been sitting in a scrapyard for almost 30 years has been brought back to Cornwall by a restoration enthusiast. Despite spending decades in storage, the vehicle only needed a minor tweak before it went through its MOT. And David Rundell from Falmouth, it's he that bought the Bedford petrol coach, and he's with me in the studio now. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Tiffany.
So, tell us the story of this coach. It wasn't languishing in a scrapyard in Cornwall, was it? It was further up the country.
No, it was further up the country. It was up in Bromyard. It's quite a way away from here. But yes, the grapevine got in contact with me that this coach was sort of coming up for sale, and they would like it to come back to Cornwall. So they approached me, and so I've brought it home and put it back on the road.
And when you heard about it, did you get quite excited before you went to see it? Is it a coach that you'd heard of?
No, not really. You always get quite excited when something comes out of the woodwork like that, because it's the history which is trapped within it, really. It's those people's holidays and all the rest of it which are trapped in that vehicle. So it's always quite nice to find those things that are undisturbed for that amount of time. You know, like when we were cleaning out for the first time, finding the old sweet wrappers with the prices on and stuff like
really?
that. Was, yes, polos were 7p in 1982.
That's quite a lot, really, for 1982, isn't it? 7p. I don't know what they are now. They probably haven't gone up. They haven't gone up an awful lot, I wouldn't have thought. Probably about 27, maybe more. I don't know the last time I bought polos. And it's called what's it called? A Dupla Vega body.
Dupla Vega body, yes.
So for people that know a little bit about coaches, what does it resemble?
Well, people who know bits about coaching, they tend to call it the butterfly grill Bedford, because the shape of the grill is very elaborate, of the 50s style, which sort of forms a butterfly grill. And
so way back when, before it was in the scrapyard, it was in use in Cornwall?
It was in use in Cornwall. It was new to a firm in Falmouth, Taylor's, in 1955, which is Taylor's is where Trago Mills is in Falmouth.
Oh, right. So a lot of people will remember that.
And I don't really know exactly what happened then, but it sort of ended up working for Penryn and Falmouth, which were where they've built those flats in Penryn on the bridge. They used to park the coaches of them overhanging the river, I remember. But that was taken over by Grenville Motors, and of course she ended her days working down here in Troon working. And
do we know how she ended up going up the country then?
No, not really. I mean, it was old by then. It looks like it survived quite well within the fleet and sort of put down in duties, and just got to that point that it was just too old to use really for frontline work. And so I think they used it as a backup coach, and eventually they decided it wasn't worth keeping. It was time for it to go, so it was sent off to Martin Perry's scrapyard.
So then, of course, you step in and you buy the coach, and you've got to do it up. So how do you go about bringing it to Cornwall and then doing it up?
Well, that's always the hardest piece.